Hi. Today, on this day, Oshlahu Achpu, on this day 13 Achpu, what some would consider to be the final day of a particular cycle of evolution, particular cycle of the calendar, I'm going to be talking to you about the Trecena of Imox. So, it's a grand new beginning. We have come to the completion of a particular cycle of evolution. A particular cycle within our consciousness, a particular cycle within our personal evolution, and perhaps the evolutionary state of humanity. And it's time to move up to the next level. It's time to move on to something different. It's time to begin a new dream. And for me, this is very much what the Trecena of Imox is about. Imox representing the dream world, representing the collective consciousness. I decided to bring you here again in front of the lake because the great bodies of water, the oceans, are a representation of the consciousness that connects us all, the water that connects us all. And it's also a representation of the dream world that we dive into each night, the dream world that we go into to go and find out where we're going next, to ask for clarity, to give us some hint about what we could be looking for, where we want to go, because, as we say, we've got to dream big, right? That's where it all begins. It all begins in the dreams. And so as we begin this Trecena on 1 Imox, it's time for a new dream. Now, whether that's a new collective dream or a new personal dream, these are all microcosm, macrocosm, right? And so you might be looking to ask yourself, what new dream do I want to bring to fruition in the next 260 days? As we come to that, it's going to be somewhere around about June or early July of next year, in about 260 days, about 9 months' time. What is it that you're dreaming for? What is it that you ask for? Now, that number one being rather like a little seed that needs some nurture in order to grow. This new dream that you're thinking to bring in, this new dream that you want to manifest, may well need a little bit of help. Needs a little bit of water, fertilizer, needs some warmth in order to germinate, needs some assistance. And so you may also find that assistance outside of yourself. Maybe it's a day to express a new dream, a step in a different direction which has come from the collective consciousness, as it were, that come from the dream world. Because, sometimes the dream that we receive is something which we couldn't have thought of because it's come from outside of linear thought. It's come from reconnecting with source, or whatever we might consider that to be. And 1 Imox is the beginning of it. It's planting that seed of that new dream. So, on this day, it might be a good day to ask yourself, what do I want to dream into existence? What dreams do I want to realize in the next 260 days? How can I plant those seeds in order to bring them to fruition? From 1 Imox, we then go into 2 Ik. So Ik, the wind, the life breath. Ik can also represent changes, the changes in the season which come with the changes of the wind. And so it's breathing life into something. Now the 2 is duality, and so we could see the in-breath and the out-breath. We can see change. We can see decisions. So it's a great day for deciding what you want to breathe your life into, what dream you want to breathe your life into. It can also be a day of communication. And the number 2 can represent partnerships as well. It's about choices and decisions. It's about realizing things in black and white and understanding how you want to choose to communicate them. Now, being black and white, it could also be rather decisive in its nature. So the words may be here or they may be here. There may not be much in between. But it gives us the possibility to inspire with our words, to inspire with our breath, to inspire those dreams. From 2 Ik, we then go into 3 Achabal. Now, the number 3 representing the inner world, Achabal representing the dawn. I often take pictures of the dawning sun down here. And it's the conception, so it's kind of like conceiving something within yourself. What do you want to take out of the darkness and into the light? How are you going to conceive that dream into the world? The Three Akabal is asking you to look within, to find the answers for that, to shed light on what has been hidden. From Three Akabal, we then go into Four Cat. Now, this brings some solidity. This brings some material aspects to this. What do you need to gather together materially in order to make that dream manifest, in order to bring it into the world? Because we need our resources, we need our tools. But what maybe do you carry in your bag which is left over from the old dream that you don't need anymore? Because as you go into the new dream, you don't want to be weighed down by stuff that no longer works in that new dream. So it's a day of reckoning, I suppose, we could say, to see what we want to carry forward into the new dream, what we want to leave behind. And this is particularly because it's the four surrounding the material world, the material plane of existence. So what materials do you want to bring into the new dream? What can be left behind? From Four Cat, we then go into Five Can. Can being the power, like the life spark, the life force essence. That spark of creativity, that spark of wisdom. Can representing our teachers as well, representing the wisdom that we receive from them, representing empowerment, that life spark being the power that gives life to something. And so on Five Can, you may be using your wisdom or asking a teacher to help you to bring energy into your dream, to energize it so that you can take it forward, so that it can germinate and grow. From Five Can, we'd then go into Six Kame. So Kame is about facing our fears. Kame is also about connecting to the ancestors. And the number six, representing family, representing ultimate stability. As you go forward with your new dream, possibly you need to get in touch with your ancestors, your living ancestors, your past ancestors, but your ancestors within your family. Maybe it's something that they carry that can help you to stabilize that new dream into this world. It's also going to be a day to stabilize the fears, because as we go into something new, every time we try something new, there is some fear associated with it, right? If there wasn't, then maybe it wouldn't be such an interesting objective to go towards, such an interesting dream. And the number six, about bringing the ultimate stability. So how can we help to stabilize our fears, to bring stability to ourselves so that we can approach it in a way that we overcome those fears, move through them, and move up a level, as it were. From Six Kame, we then go into Seven Kiech. So Kiech, the Nawal of the wilderness, the Nawal of the greenness. Kiech, the Nawal of the mountains and trees, where we gain our strength. And so this is about strengthening ourselves within that dream. This is about looking to it and saying, what can I learn from the natural world which can help me to manifest that dream into the world, to bring me the strength to see it through, to carry it through. So it's a great day, as ever, for a walk in the wilderness. And with the number seven, we see it at the top of the mountain. And so if you have the opportunity to go up into a mountain wilderness, as we have here, this could be a great day to receive the strength from those places in order to bring your dream into reality. If not, a walk in the woods can help you to understand, because the seven is also representing decisions. It's showing you your choices, your best options. And so Seven Kech could consider that, like going into the wilderness, might show you the best options that you have to bring this dream to reality. From Seven Kech, we then go into Eight Anil. So Anil, the day of ripening, the day of yellowing. Anil, the day of the harvest in one way. Eight Anil for me is one of those days which could be seen as like a harvest ceremony. Now, in the northern hemisphere, of course, the harvest is kind of like getting to the point where it's all in. The wheat, the barley, the corn, all of these things have been harvested. The corn here is just about to come to harvest point. Things like apples and fruits and that kind of thing. We're coming to the last pickings of those kind of things. And so, of course, We make our celebration, we make our festival, we make our ceremony to give thanks for the harvest, to give thanks for everything which has ripened. Now, this could be something which is particularly attached to the day that we're on right now, 13 Achbu, the day that I'm recording this, because that's the end of the cycle and that's where we take our harvest. That's the finality. And of course, as we go into the next cycle, we want to be able to give thanks for what we've received in this cycle, the abundance which is going to help us to nourish that new dream. It's also a great day for planting those seeds, for working in the garden, for planting and nourishing the seeds of those dreams that you want to bring in to existence. Now, talking of giving something back, 8 Anil is immediately followed by 9 Toch. And Toch, the day of the fire. Toch, the day of giving, of balancing the books, of paying off the debts. Because again, moving into a new dream, you can't nourish that new dream. You can't kind of like expect it to come to fruition if we're still carrying the debts from the last cycle. Now, we see Toch with the number 9. Now, the number 9 can represent the feminine, so this might be a great day to be giving something to women. This might be a great day for making a donation to Odin, for example. They have a wonderful project called Healthy Mummy and Me, which is specifically for the women of the village, the new mothers. So obviously that's a great option. But the number 9 can also represent life. And Toch is about giving back, and it's giving back for everything that you've received in life so far. It's also paying something forward. As I said, going into this new cycle, this new dream that you're going into, it's nice to have to be in credit a bit. We make our celebration, we make our ceremony, we make our payment so that we've got something in the bank for when we go forward, as it were. From 9 Toch, we're then going into 10 T'i. So T'i, the Nawal of faith and loyalty, of justice and law. And here with the number 10. And this is all about bringing justice to society. And so maybe you are seeing injustices around you. Maybe you're seeing things which you just don't think are right. Maybe you're seeing things which need someone to speak up for them. Here's your day. 10C, go speak with your community. Join hands, as it were, whether that's physically or metaphorically, to do something, to take action where justice is required. It can also be a great day for stretching out a hand, for helping, for giving a hand up, for asking for help. Because Tzi can be connected with the vices, and obviously maybe the vices are something we don't want to take forward into our new dream. Maybe we need to ask them for help for overcoming them. Or maybe there's others that are in, let's say, could benefit from the opportunity that we have to give them a hand up out of the place that they're in, help them to overcome their vices and get back on track with their dreams. From 10C, we then go into 11 bats. So bats, the creativity. And the number 11, this number which moves in so many different ways. Now, this is kind of like the way that I kind of like see or feel dreams moving, that they're not really very linear. And I don't see the 11s as being very linear either, but this is also the way that true creativity comes, right? If we follow the straight path, it's not very creative. We've got to go and explore. We've got to go and find new things. And the 11 brings them together in a certain way. So we might be going right out into left field in a very non-linear way in order to find the threads that we want to weave into something beautiful. If you use the same threads over again, you're going to create the same dream over again. You've got to go and look for new colours for this new pattern, new colours for this new dream. And 11 bats gives you the opportunity to go searching around and find out some new colours for your creativity. From 11 bats, we're then going into 12 So the path, the journey. The number 12 representing life experience, bringing it all into one, bringing it all together. How can you apply your life experience to take you forward in your new journey? How can you apply the life experience, everything that you've experienced, every path that you've walked, every place that you've been? How can you bring these elements together in order to nourish that seed of that new dream? It's going back and looking. Maybe this is a day for a bit of a life review about the paths that you've walked or the experiences that you've had that you've brought you to this point and how they can take you forward, what you need to use to take you forward in this dream, how you can nourish it. It's a great day for overcoming obstacles in your path using them. And now, just as the rain begins to fall, so I'm going to wrap it up fairly quickly today, we finally end the Trecena on 13 Ach. So Ach, the spinal column. Ach representing harmony in the home. Ach representing strength, courage, bravery, and leadership. And here combined with the number 13, the number of spirit, the number of the ancestors. It's a great day to draw on spirit, to draw on the ancestors, to bring you the courage to take your new dream forward, to bring you the strength of spirit in order to follow that dream. Because that's what we need, right? Following your dream takes that strength of spirit. It's not something that comes lightly. 13 Ach is the day to ask spirit, to ask your ancestors, to strengthen your spinal column, to strengthen your backbone so that you have the strength to carry yourself forwards into that new dream. So thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that. And I look forward to seeing you again in 13 days' time for the Trecena of Ish. Thank you.